Hi, this is Drew, and I'm gonna talk to you about the future of air travel. And I'll ask you a question: are you interested in how planes work and what the future of air travel is? I am going to inform you of how the future possibility of airlines and flight transportations may go. Scientists are thinking about and are already building self-flying airplanes that we can actually fly into the air without a pilot, and some of these we may not even need pilot certification to fly in, and they're going to give us airplanes for us to own that we can have all the technology that the runway has, the pilot and the radio towers, and all the technology the whole airport has just in that plane that allows the airplane to take off. And you'd be able to go anywhere and it'll have all the technology that you need that you could just fly wherever. How cool is that? And in business planes at the airports, they will have much better technology and they'll be able to take off much easier, and they may eventually not even need a runway anymore. How cool is that? They're actually thinking it may be possible, but first they're gonna create cockpits in regular airlines that instead of two pilots, one pilot, meaning the remote pilot on the ground. And the remote pilot that's on the ground is gonna help monitor the pilot that's in the cockpit, controlling the components of the new technology. And once they can successfully keep the passengers safe, and once the airplanes do its job, and once the people can keep the people safe, then the airlines are ready to go to the next step, which is to remove the pilot from the plane and have the technology do all the pilot's job. And there will still be a remote pilot to make sure the plane is doing its job. And once that goes well, and once everything is going okay, then they'll go through its final test of testing the flight for it to see if it can go truly pilotless independently. And they're going to go through trials. And once they can successfully have planes go independently without any remote pilots, then they're going to approve for all the self-flying airplanes. And you can actually buy your own self-flying airplane called, for instance, Bojan Autonomous Air Taxi, which is a self-flying plane that right now can go 50 miles without needing charge, but they're working on to make it allowing it to go farther. And it can fit 7 to 10 people right now, and it does not have wings like a regular airplane would, and it's something you could own and something you don't even need a runway. And there's another airplane that is an autonomous air taxi, where what that is another self-flying airplane that can go into the air without a runway, and that can right now go 50 miles without needing charge, but they're working on to make that plane to be able to go farther without needing to be charged. And they'll be available for everyone once all the trials are safe, goes well. And they're planning to have all this set up by 2030. And once everything gets set up, you can go to the airport and there is no pilots. And they might have a flight attendant for passenger stack, I don't know, but it's different. And science And the reason why it's intent like around maybe 10 years versus today is because back in the 60s, in the 50s, when people and engineers tried to build these planes, they did not work well and it backfired on them. And people lost some lives. So that's what gave them fear, and which is for them to build these planes, which really slowed them down, which is also why people are worried that these planes won't do its job. The engines will stop working. So that's what's holding us back. However, scientists are working hard on it, and they do have confidence that they can do it since they are able to make a more controlled drone that can fly independently with just a remote pilot person controlling the plane. And they're theorizing they can also make a new self-flying plane. And once they can do that, once they make the self-flying plane, it's gonna to keep it independently. It's gonna save us a lot of money. It's gonna save the economy a lot. And you'll have much better gasoline, much better technology, much better momentum to fly, and it'll be a lot safer. And it'll be really, really good, and it's going to be very fun. And they're working on it. And now, in conclusion, I told you a story about how scientists are actually figuring out how to create these, and they already have some built. And it's going to be really good. Thank you.